I think that would be so hard having like that eyebrow tattoo and it's like Taylor Swift lyrics. My name is Karabo Muletzanen. I am a multi-award-winning illustrator, graphic designer, and street artist from Johannesburg, South Africa. So the last time I told someone I loved them was actually my brother. I have 3 older brothers. He is the sweetheart of the family in the middle. And yeah, he was just wishing me good luck for today. I was going to be painting a mural. And then I told him that I loved him. That is such a tough one. I think I would have to say the US. I see the USA as my personal promised land. I will quote the famous musicians, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So I've spent a lot of time in New York City and it just gives you that drive, you know? It's like everyone is pushing for this dream that seems unattainable to everyone else, but not unattainable to people that live in New York. And just having everyone around you push that same inner feeling and inner dream, it just is just the kind of thing that I really want to be around. So this may seem strange. I would love to be in New York, but working in New York. So when I first thought of this question, I thought something like a holiday and relax. But actually when I'm at my most happiest is when I'm working with other like-minded people. So yeah, I just want to push and see where street art and illustration can go. And I think New York's the place. I'm a morning person. By 8 o'clock, I need to be in the blankets ready to sleep. But there's just something about waking up at 5 a.m. Everything is so quiet. It's like I get to be like the early bird gets the worm. I get to get excited about the day. I just love the morning, getting to see the sunrise. That just really fills my cup. And the best thing about waking up at 5 a.m. is by 12 p.m., you've done so much of the day already. It feels like this great sense of accomplishment that I just can pull off of. Why I love waking up at 5 a.m. is because I get to watch a movie before everyone else wakes up and gets started with their day. So it doesn't seem amazing that you get to watch, I don't know, a Pixar movie or a Disney movie before the day starts. So that's low-key why I like waking up that early as well. When it comes to looking at how the next 5 years of my life looks, I have to go back in order to contextualize that answer. When I look 5 years back from now, I never would have thought I would be in the position that I am here. And 5 years before that, and 5 years before that, it's been a journey of exponential growth that I could have never even dreamed of. So I become apprehensive about sitting and thinking about, where do I want to be in 5 years? Because I think with my limited knowledge, it would hinder the possibility of where I could be in 5 years. So I just want to exponentially grow as I've been in the next 5 years. But where that is, I like to keep that answer open so that there aren't any restrictions when it comes to where I can. I am currently in love with who I feel is the love of my life. I'm a big believer in like finding your soulmate and that there's that one person that's like a perfect 10 out of 10 fit for you. And we have actually been engaged for almost 2 years and planning our wedding from there. But she's the most incredible person I know. And I feel really honored that I get to say every day that I am in love with her. So yes, I am currently in love as we speak. How is this the next question? Who is your celebrity crush? My celebrity crush. Oh, you know when you're in love, you don't even think about that. I have to think about who it's been in the past. I would say before I met my partner, my celebrity crush was Normani. R&B singer. I think she's a great dancer, great singer, and great. Yes, I have. I don't know anyone that actually hasn't had their heart broken, but for me, I've had my heart broken in romantic sense, but the one that really came to mind were friendship breakups. I think that has a way deeper sword through the heart kind of moment. When it comes to a friendship breakup, that's one of the breakups that I think of, and like I know that my heart was just shattered from that. So yes, I have had my heart broken, and it was shattered by a friend. Romantic ones are... Well, I could write a dissertation for this answer, but I'll try to keep it in a digestible amount. But I think the best thing about being a South African is that it's like that classic underdog story. I think the reason why we have so many movies about the underdog rising up is because people love that story, because it's so inspiring. I think it makes you want to get up and do something, and it makes you feel like your dreams are attainable. And I kind of look at South Africa as a country that was kind of seen or deemed as the underdog. But if you look at what South Africans have managed to do, regardless of limited access, regardless of spaces that you could have grown up that people would have seen as probably undesirable, you're seeing people accomplish the inconceivable. It's like this saying that I live by, like a 1 in a million chance is still a chance. So a million seems like a lot, but all I hear is you're telling me that I stand a chance. And being South African feels like I get to live that seemingly zero chance to make something. Being a South African feels like I have that chance. And being with other people that think that way, I think is so beautiful. It keeps on making me want to push harder and harder. So it's like being part of a great underdog story where we may not know what the middle is going to look like, but we know that we're going to make it in the end. So I don't cry often, but the last time I cried was today. Actually, I think about 30 minutes ago, but how it came to be was seeing a project that I'd been working on for an incredibly long time come together, and I have the artwork that started in my heart, then in my head, and then to my hands actually come to fruition. And holding it, it was remembering all the many nights of trying to push myself to do something that I hadn't done before, trying to push myself to think of art and the concepts in ways that people haven't thought of before. It was a really long project where I ended up going through balancing work and my mom passing away, and seeing how everything came to be. The only way that those pieces could exist as they are were because I went through all of that. So seeing everything come together, it just really makes me emotional. I don't cry for a lot of work projects, but that one was one that really stood out. And yeah, just seeing everything, I don't know, you have tears of joy, you have tears of sadness, and it all just like mixed together in one. So yeah, about 30 minutes ago was the last time I cried. Give your parents more credit. I was the kind of person that decided to go in an unconventional direction when it comes to my career. I thought that doing something creative would be seen as dishonoring my family. And in the beginning, they also felt the same, but I felt a lot of angst and animosity towards them for not supporting my idea. But looking at how my parents grew up, that totally made sense. Small town, poor family, no one's thinking about art at the time, or even seeing that creative career could turn into something positive. And just seeing how their mindsets have just changed and how they are now the biggest advocates for people letting their kids go into creative industry. It's just really beautiful to see. So I think I spend a lot of time maybe being impatient with my parents and wanting them to understand what I'm doing sooner. But I think giving them some credit and some patience would be the best advice I'd give to my younger self. I have to give a top 3. I refuse to give one because it's just too difficult. In no particular order, it is Mulan, Shrek 1, and Megamind. I am obsessed and just completely in love with Pixar and animation. And those are the reasons why I kind of do what I do today, because I wanted to see people that look like me and have narratives like me within this beautiful media that I consume. So I guess a guilty pleasure for me would be the love that I have for Taylor Swift. I listen to every album from beginning to end, no skips. No skips. Every album gets better for me. It's like fine wine. It just gets better with age. And I'm a little bit embarrassed about how much I had to pay to actually watch Taylor Swift live. To give you some context, I went there with my fiance, although we could just afford for one of us to go watch Taylor Swift. And yeah, she's not the Taylor Swift fan that I am, but yeah, went there, paid an exorbitant amount, but had the best 3 hours of my life. I got to meet Taylor Swift's mom. She greeted me, blew me a kiss, and then told me to come closer. So I was like, okay, looking at bodyguards, can you see? She said I should come closer. And then she dug in her pocket and actually gave me a Taylor Swift guitar pick, the actual guitar picks that Taylor Swift uses on stage. So I don't know, it's like this guilty pleasure that turned into like one of the most amazing days for me. So yeah, just listening to Taylor Swift, knowing a lot of the lyrics, and kind of wanting one of the lyrics tattooed on me somewhere.
Which is the lyric that you want tattooed?
I think I'm thinking about it, but I already know what it is. I really want to get a face tattoo right above my eyebrow, but that seems like such an intense, hardcore decision to make, a face tattoo. But picture this face with a face tattoo, and it says there, "All Too Well." And that's my favorite Taylor Swift song. So it's like the ones that know will know. And I think that juxtaposition is just, it just encapsulates, I think, me as a person, walking juxtaposition. And I think that would be so hard having like that eyebrow tattoo and it's like Taylor Swift lyrics. The last time I told a lie, I feel so bad. It was to my dad, and I told him I couldn't talk because my dad and I love to have hour-long conversations. And I told him I was going to bed, but I really just wanted to watch cartoons. So I told him that I really need to go to bed, but then I didn't. I watched cartoons. I know. I'm a 32-year-old that lies to my dad so that I can watch cartoons instead of get on the phone with him. I feel so bad. Because he's my favorite person. But yeah, that was the last time I told a lie. I think if I could change one thing about myself, it would be the ability to let the small things not affect me. I'd want to change like being able to forgive really easily. I think like that is such a beautiful quality to have, and I know I don't do it as easily, but I would just love to be able to just not let things bother me or stick with me for longer than they should.